He's focused. Why is he focused? It's what part of motivation, right? Because it's what?
Timing, consistency, motivation.
Look at that. Look at that. I knew it. I said to myself, that's the first thing I'm going to ask if they remember, which told me that you kept it in your head, right? Because think about it, because when you're doing the training and you're helping him, right? You're teaching him. That's what you should be constantly thinking: is the timing right? Right? Am I consistent? And what's the motivation? Am I giving him reward? Right? Timing and motivation is together. It kind of is hand in hand, because your timing is very important. Okay, and then the motivation is when you mark the behavior, boom, you got to pay the dog right away, right? You got to mark it first, then pay the dog. Good boy. Yes. So if you could, good. If you could put him on there and then walk around and see if he stays on there, see if you're starting to understand.
No, place.
Good, good.
Now he's getting frustrated.
Now he's getting frustrated, right? So when he gets frustrated, just free him up and play with him a little bit.
Come on.
So he's using the note, but he's only using directional pressure, which is not really a correction. It's just directional pressure, meaning this is what I want you to do, right?
It helps show him what
it helps show him, right? So because we're talking Chinese to the dog. The dog doesn't know what we're saying, right? Because this is all new to him. So he's got to pair that command, that sound, that word with directional meaning we're going to show you. This is what place means to go on to the here, right? Once he goes on there, we mark it. He understands yes, right? That's the positive marker. He understands, hey, I did something right. So, and then he makes the connection. Okay, place means go on here. When I go on there, the motivation is I get rewarded. Good, good. So remember, just with the down's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You saw it already, but it's gonna happen. But remember, it's saying the command first, then lure, not together. And our brains want to make us do it together. That's just how we're hardwired.
No, place.
But we got to stop. Slow thinking. What do I do? Do this first, then do this. So give the command down, then lure, right? So eventually do it 5, 10, 15, 20 times, then test it, right? Just stand still.
Down.
Show him the treat. Put the treat behind your back. Give him the down command again. He may get frustrated. Yes. If you do it 2 or 3 times and he doesn't down, then you go back, scale back to give him the command and then lure into position.
Free.
How old's he now?
5 months.
5 months. Good, good. He's coming along really, really good.
He's the cutest boy ever.
He really is.
Free.
Good boy. Good boy. So let's do a little bit of
Place.
get him back on the place.
Place.
Because you already committed to it, right? Get him back on the place. Good. And free him up and let's do a little bit of loose leash. We can leave that place bed here and I'll get it later. Let's do a little bit of loose leash walking. Yep. Here, you want to try it? Yeah. You do it first and then I'll do it. Kind of stay within this path here where it's shaded.
Yep.
So we'll talk about loose leash. Loose leash walking is obviously teaching the dog to give to the pressure of the leash, right? So if the dog starts to advance on us, starts to move forward, there's pressure. If he gets to the end, there's going to be pressure.
Right.
We got to teach the dog the pressure has to turn off. And how does the pressure turn off? We teach the dog how to turn the pressure off. Remember when we're walking the dog. Jacob, come on back. As soon as the dog starts to pull you, that's when you stop. Don't continue walking, because then the dog starts to learn how to walk with the pressure always turned on, right? So what Jacob is doing is he's backing up. As soon as the dog advances on him and goes forward, there's pressure. He'll stop, he'll back up, he'll call the dog's name, the dog comes back, return him to your side, your right or your left, and then reward him. See? Now he starts to learn how to follow you, right? So we can make, good. Look at that. Once we have him locked in, that he's locked in on the food, then we can position him where we want him. Good job.
Buddy.
He wants to play. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever you do, don't take that away from them, right? It's like taking, imagine like they're young, right?
Yeah.
It's like taking away all their toys and their stuff and,
Right.
and make them be adults. How wrong is that, right? If he's a 5-month-old puppy, let him be a puppy. We're building the foundation, but let him be a puppy, right? Good job. Right, so then another method which I want to try, Jacob, and you could hold this this camera. Good boy. All right, so another thing is also, just like it's tangled, right? When we're walking, before the pressure comes, I want to kind of warn the dog that you're gonna get pressure. I'm gonna turn around, I may change direction, and you're gonna feel pressure. So I've warned the dog by simply scuffing my feet. So if I go, hold your baby. All right, so if I start walking, he walks with me, I pay him, right? He's walking that way. And let's say he gets ahead of me and I'm about to turn around. So this is good. This is what I want, right? How much better than that can you get? No, no, leave that alone. No, no, good job. See how I scuffed my feet and then the pressure came a second later. Right. So this way the dog hears that, he's gonna stop pulling because he's gonna know you're changing direction. Leo, good boy. Right. The whole object of teaching this walking is to be able to walk your dog starting like this, where you're walking your dog literally with one finger, and then eventually you can walk your dog with no leash at all.
You see these like little pieces of the acorn fall.
So, I see that you have the pouch, right? So how did we do it, right? Pick a side. I don't know what you guys like, left or right?
Yeah, I'm more right side.
So, if you're, no, that's fine. If you're right and you're left, that's fine. The dog will learn. He walks on the right with you, he walks on the left with you. And then whatever they like, right? But it's the position of the pouch. I like my left, and that's why my pouch is always on my left side, because I can do this. I don't want to do this. Go across.
Right.
Go across. So I don't want to do that because the dog will end up walking in front of me because he knows where the treat's coming from, right? So that's why I pick the Leo, right? The side, right? Motivation, right? Leo. I don't always give it to him, but I'll just let him follow it. Right? And then yes, and then release. So go 4, 5, 10 steps. Him snipping your hand and you positioning your hand here, and then release. Mark it and then release. This starts to build value by your side.